Most content creators feel that they need to get to a certain size audience before they can start and grow their income. Most are afraid and they worry that they're never going to get to a point of making money because it feels so far off. It feels so far away and it feels so undoable and so unattainable. You may have experienced this yourself, where you feel the pressure that you have to get to a certain audience size. If you could just get 1,000 more followers before you can decide to put yourself out there to really bring in any income. Or maybe you've thought before, I just need to get to a certain size audience before I can start helping anyone in a bigger way. Or maybe you feel like you need to have a certain amount of content, a certain number of blog posts, or a certain number of Instagram pictures. Or maybe you feel like you need to get that extra degree or certification before you can decide getting paid for the work that you love doing. You may be offered free products with brands, or you may just continue being underpaid and wondering if you're ever going to get to this point where you can be paid for what you love doing. You may be feeling exhausted and feeling like you're getting nowhere. You may be overwhelmed, you may be overworked, and you have this, what feels like a pipe dream, where you want to work less, get paid more, and stop putting your dreams on hold, but you actually have no idea and you actually have no clue where to start. So, it is time to change that. Here's the deal. Most people believe the only way to increase their income is to concentrate on audience growth. Most people are thinking things like, the only thing I can spend time on is growing my audience, commenting, spending all day on my phone, and creating content. Creating perfect captions and hashtags, and you're thinking, do I really have what it takes to make this work? Is everyone else's content really that much better than mine? And getting stuck in the comparison trap. Did you know that most people who only concentrate on getting more followers have an engagement rate of only 1%? And only a fraction of that audience is actually taking action on the content they're putting out there. Plus, the struggling influencers are putting more than 3 hours a day on social media. That is not sustainable. If that's you, the most important thing you can do right now is switch your focus from audience growth to engagement. Implementing a strategic content that converts strategy will shift your focus, and it's going to shift your results. This is the secret to increasing your income right now. From the start, when you shift from growth to engagement, when you shift from trying to get in front of more and more people to caring and concentrating on the ones that are actually sitting right in front of you, you will see growth. There are 3 ways that you can actually increase your income. First, when you switch from numbers only growth to focusing on engagement growth, you really understand your people. And you understand your people more than you assume you understand your people, so you can actually offer them what they need. You can offer them this way, from content to brand partnerships to products and services that you may want to create. But it's important to really truly understand what they want and need, not just make the assumption. Second, your audience will actually connect with you. You won't see those huge fluctuating numbers, the huge up and down. You will see people actually take action and consume your content, use your content, which all leads to increasing your income and natural audience growth, because you're focusing on getting people to take action on what you're doing. And you will understand what content really connects with your people. You'll see what content's working and what your people really actually want to see from you. Again, moving beyond just the assumptions that you've been making in the past. When you switch to engagement and you get them to take action, to use your content, right away they'll make that recipe, they'll use that meal prep plan. And number 3 is possibly the most important. You make your people feel like they matter. You will make them feel heard. When you're always striving for more without any acknowledgement of your current audience, think about how they're feeling. If you have 100 people coming to hear you speak, you have 100 people who are sitting in a room for you, would you look out on all of them and say, hey, you don't matter, I just want to get in front of more people? Or would you focus on serving them in the best way that you possibly could in that moment? Now, The key to building your profit through engagement is by focusing on these 3 things. You will be able to build your income by knowing what your audience needs and wants, and knowing your audience, serving them up what they need, and also, if you want to, by offering brand partnerships, products or services that align perfectly with what they need. It doesn't matter if you have an audience of 100 people, 1,000 people, or 100,000 people. If you don't know what your people need help with, you're not going to be able to solve their problems. And if you are in business, you are in the business of solving people's problems. I see a lot of bloggers who are struggling, they're overwhelmed, they're frustrated, and they're on the brink of burnout. They're trying to grow by using tactics and strategies that are old, and they're just plain not working anymore. The new way to run your digital influencer business is to shift from numbers to engagement. You can refuse to make a change, you can continue operating in the old model, and you can continue to burn yourself out and get mediocre results, or you can set up the engagement system that you need to save you time. You'll increase your money you're making monthly, and you will be less frustrated. If you're on board for building your income now, then you can download my workbook and I will see you there. If you want to continue focusing on only growing your audience without serving your current audience with less than stellar results, go ahead, but I don't recommend it because, like I said, you're operating in the old model. But if you're ready to start building a business off of impact, connection, and helping people, then switch your focus and you will 100% see it pay off.